Hello and welcome to Masters, and today we're talking about the Elder Scrolls 4 controversy, or Elder Scrolls 4, my bad, which is the Oblivion one, which actually looks pretty good because I was seeing Endymion play it, and because he was talking about it, but I wasn't be honest, I wasn't going to talk about it because the whole controversy is sort of, the left being the left. But it really got interesting. So, in short, the controversy was that Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the fourth one, remastered, had body type 1 and 2. Which, okay, I'll be honest, it's not a deal breaker for me when it comes to games. But fuck my feelings, because reality always has a different plan. And not just my feelings, everyone's feelings. Like, for it, you could be like pro, oh, I'm body type 1 and 2. But reality will fucking have a different answer. And reality came with a different answer. And this ain't just the Elder Scrolls situation. Like, reality in general is just like, fuck your feelings. You feel sad? Well, fuck you're sad, But anyway, so reality came in Nexus, where Nexus essentially, where someone put on Nexus that they changed the body types 1 and 2 to male and female, which, I'll be honest, completely fine. I don't mind. If someone wants to download that mod, it's not my problem. It's not gonna run. It's a single player game. So most mods, even if they do an OP thing, shouldn't, I'll be honest, they shouldn't be shunned on in general, because it's a single player game, and I'll be honest, this may sound a little contradictory, but there is no cheating in single player games. However, if you want to take the fun out of the game, you could. Because, part of the games, with The Sims 4 and Crash Bandicoot is sort of some of those game mechanics, like The Sims 4 has the needs, and especially in older games, in older Sims games, you could really fuck it up with the needs. Like in the second one, they don't even notify you, they'll just steal your kids, or some just die on the spot. It just happened to me in The Sims 2. And I also had a kid taken away in The Sims 2. But yeah, and then there's people who or people who just start the game and all this stuff. I mean, to be honest, it's a single player game. In my opinion, if as long as you're not playing with other people, it doesn't make it as bad, especially if it's like competitive game mode. Then it's like, okay, we have a bigger problem that we need to fix. So essentially, like I said, someone put male and female instead of type 1 and type 2 on Nexus. And Nexus being Nexus was like, okay, we're gonna ban this. Let's get the ban hammer out. Let's go. Let's ban this bitch into Oblivion. I guess that's pun intended. I didn't realize I made an Oblivion pun. But anyway, and essentially, you got a lot of people online saying it's no big deal, which, okay, yes, I'll be honest, it's no big deal. But the problem is, why did Nexus ban the mod if it's no big deal? That's sort of my $20 question a day. That's my question of the day. $20 there. Let's make it $1 zillion. That's the $1 zillion question of the day. Why, if it's not a big deal, why did Nexus mod ban male and female, the male and female mod? Because it's an optional mod. If people, want that option. It's not forcing players to essentially get rid of body type A and B. It's just an optional mod. For the people who want body type A and B, should I say, it's not forcing them to change to male and female. It's just for people who want male and female, that's completely up to their decision and their discretion. Just download it through the Vortex launcher. But here's where it gets interesting. Here's where okay, now this is where I'm going to cover, because anyone who knows the history of Nexus knows that they could get a little bit too happy when it comes to things that mods that they don't like. Like, they got rid of the pride flags, the mod to get rid of the pride flags in Spider-Man 2. They got rid of a mod to essentially put Trump in Marvel Rivals as Captain America. They also, at the same time, have some very questionable mods with child slavery and all that stuff for certain games. So it's like make it make sense. And they never did. And they made it more about their politics from what I see. And I think from what most people see. But the interesting part is where this is where I think more discussion is going to come in, is essentially NexusMods, after whatever blowback, they decide to reinstate the body type mod. The one for Oblivion, where it essentially says instead of making it body types, you make it male and female. They reinstate that mod. So I assume people are canceling their subscriptions and, not going to site as much as often as they would. Because I think gamers are just tired of people doing performative activism. I mean, I know people call virtual stealing, but it's just performative activism, in my opinion. Anyways, nitty gritty aside, I think gamers are tired of that. Like, most gamers just want good games and have fun. Be attacked for not doing the performative activism or not caring about it. Which honestly, gamers, they don't have to care about it. Let's be real. Only thing we as gamers, especially the community, is the game is good and has good characters, has a good story, has good gameplay. Not if I'll be honest, if it has not if it does some performative activism bullshit. I think NexusMod will flip any second if they have the chance, because they have a track record. What does this show for the greater industry? Because the problem is NexusMod, this is the first time they caved. And I think it's because they have DegMods as competition, and DegMods is getting ready to come out. And also, from what I understand, I don't know if it's the same for NexusMods. I may be wrong, but from what I understand, like sites like YouTube and Twitch, the ad revenue is not good. That's what I heard from different sources. So if, let's say, the ad revenue is not good, then NexusMods, if they're taking a hit on ad revenue and are sort of relying on subscriptions to keep the site afloat, because honestly, a site like that has to have some sort of income to keep it up. There's got to be like the name and then the bandwidth, server, and all that stuff. It doesn't come free. So I see they may have had to cave in because of that. But it's just, since maybe money is getting more tighter, does that also mean the industry might change? Because hopefully it does. But the way I see it, and I'm looking at it, is it might be a change of the times in the industry, whether it be a forceful change by gamers or one that is sort of out of the goodness of the company. Sorry, I can't believe I fucking said that. But you know what I mean. I'm just like saying it for both sides, but it seems like it may be a forceful change from gamers. Because at the end of the day, you got games like Schedule 1. One developer. It's literally the hit game of the year. And everyone played it. Claire Explorer, the new RPG. I think it's Claire Expedition 33. It's made by 50 team people, or 30 team. I think it's 30 team. Hold on, let's Google this real. It says 30 a 30 member team, and it's like by a passionate team. So here's the thing. I think if I'm putting myself in the shoes of of a corporate overlord in this situation, and you have a team of 30 passionate devs versus, let's say, 500 devs who will essentially attack the player at any moment over Lord knows what. You know what? I'll be honest, I'd be the 30 member team. You got less overhead, less stress, and you probably get a good product that sells good. Also, last year's Game of the Year awards, well, yes, they're sort of bullshit. I think they give us a sort of glimpse of where the industry is heading, because most of the games were small indie games that were up for awards. Baltaro. On the other hand, they were games produced in sort of the East, in China and Japan and sorts. And this is the list of the Game of the Year according to IGN. Astrobot, Baltaro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantaso. And sort of, I think, with that being said, this is sort of the future of the industry. And I think the West, if the Western industry doesn't adapt, they're gonna get left behind. I saw the deep dive on the game industry. I think I'll post if I still have it. I'll post it on YouTube and Rumble, because to me it sort of screams the direction the industry is going. Sort of smaller, leaner teams. I'll be honest. Sort of the AA and indie scene is blowing up. And then to add to that, Marvel Rivals is just, well, it dominated the Steam charts until Oblivion came out and everyone's playing Oblivion, which, it's whatever. It's just, I'm not that level of fanboy, but the point being is, Marvel Rivals was a Tencent game from China. So essentially, they are the ones paving the path along with Stellar Blade. And that's just sort of the proof, just to add to my point, that I think the industry is really going to change in the next few years. I'll be honest. And I think sort of this forceful change with NexusMods is sort of the sign of the times that we are going to be entering. What do you guys think? Do you think the industry is going to change? I mean, I'll be honest, it's going to be one of those changing where you're going to just have a screaming child and you're going to have to drag around the supermarket. If you're a parent, you know what I mean. But anyways, so do you think it's going to change, and are you hopeful? I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm hopeful. But anyways, thank you. Have a good one. Happy gaming. Take care. Bye.